What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Diocese Monday podcast. A quick one from me. I just wanted to say thank you so much for tuning in to all our episodes. We have put in so much work to get over the 100 mark, and we're just so grateful to be here. Thank you to all our sponsors that have helped us along the way. Prime Self and Town Lux have been unbelievable over the past couple of months. Please go check them out. If you are in South Africa or if you're in the UK, Prime Self is available on Amazon. My next episode with Hugo Fry was super cool. Can't wait for you to listen to it. I absolutely enjoyed it. Enjoy the episode. I'm going to throw you straight in, and we'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, great story. Because me and my two mates started the podcast about 2 years ago. We were living in Sea Point. Have you been down to Cape Town?
Oh, yeah. I spent a couple of weeks there. I've got some... Oh, we can touch on it afterwards, but yeah.
Yeah, so we were living in a digs.
Okay.
And basically, at that time of our life, we were quite sporty and athletic. But like Friday, Saturday was still quite large. And every Sunday, after like a massive Uber Eats order, Jay would always say like, guys, we got to start the diet on Monday. And we wanted to call the podcast Fired Up.
Okay, yeah.
I reckon it would be buried.
Oh,
by now.
100%.
If that was the name.
Fired Up dead. Sorry, that's such a dead name.
It literally would be dead.
Yeah.
So the one day we were trying to find other names and he said it again. And I said we should just call the podcast that. And we all burst out laughing. And that was it. It was like made in heaven.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
now
it makes
it's got a connotation where it's like actually you got to set your like task or goal or dream or whatever it is and like set it and go after it. So it's like it's funny on the one side and like serious on the other.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I went to Cape Town last year.
Okay.
So 18 months ago. And then I went this year, I went to Kenya.
Oh, wow.
So it was both for like training camps.
Okay.
And like, even though you get the altitude benefits from Kenya, like I went to Iten, I just enjoyed going to Cape Town so much more. Like obviously to escape winter as well.
Yeah.
But like just the vibe and like obviously South Africa has its own problems and things like that.
Yeah. But there's a massive running vibe there.
Yeah, and just to like change it up, the thing I found about Kenya, I'm sure I got altitude benefits, but it was just so intense.
Yeah.
It was just like on repeat, like draining, like just train, run in the morning, eat,
And
run in the
it.
evening. There was nothing else to do. The only thing there that was like slightly different was a petrol station where you could get a can of Coke. There was nothing. There was nothing else. It was so boring. And like, if you're into that, and like if a lot of runners obviously like love routine, like love that lifestyle, that's great. But it was a month out there. By the end, I was like, please, just take me out. Whereas like in Cape Town, you go, it's a good vibe.
Yeah.
It's a bit hotter, and like also the restaurant scene out there is really
Flat
good.
whites, like all that type of thing,
And like it's a bit more chilled, and it's just got a bit more about it rather than just like every day waking up just repeating this repetitive,
rinse and repeat.
rinse and repeat. It was just like yeah,
So did you see that the Cape Town Marathon was recently cancelled?
mad.
How crazy.
Yeah, a lot of controversy around that.
Yeah, because it's quite a major marathon for them to cancel, but the winds can get quite hectic.
Yeah, but I saw a lot of people being like, it's not that bad. I don't know though, maybe because they only were at the start and they didn't like...
Different parts of Cape Town
Yeah.
catch the wind, but I saw some footage of the night and the tents were falling down and stuff. So like if someone got injured on the day.
Oh, it's a bummer though, because like obviously they were looking to get a major, like obviously Sydney's just become the next major, or is the next major.
Oh, so Cape Town were looking to be
Cape
the
Town
next
were being
one.
the
Yeah, yeah.
eighth.
And the first African one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I think this might have harmed their chances. I don't know. I don't really care. I feel like they might struggle now.
Yeah, and I would also be devastated as a runner. Because if you've carb load, like some people lead up to these marathons for months, it's like their biggest race.
Thing is,
ever.
I've always thought that you can back-to-back half marathon it. You can probably send 2 half marathons pretty close together.
Okay.
Because the load on your body's like, it's big, but it's not.
Right,
if you're
right.
pretty conditioned, like I think you could probably do 2 decent half marathons back to back.
Okay.
But if you've trained for, let's say, 10 weeks,
Yeah.
then you've done 2 weeks of taper where you've reduced volume quite considerably.
Yeah.
It doesn't damage fitness. Obviously, it's very good for you.
Yeah.
But you've done 2 low week mileage, and then
Oh,
you're
now-
then
yeah.
you're carb loading on top of that. Then you're about to go, and it's like, oh, okay. And then you've already had 2 down weeks. Then what? You've got
Yeah.
to find a marathon the next week.
Which some people have tried, but there are not many on
There's
the...
not. I
Yeah.
mean, this is the end of the season.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, and then you've got the December one. New York is 2 weeks' time.
Okay, so that's decently.
You could maybe,
Almost
but
there,
then
yeah.
how'd you get into New York?
Yeah.
It's a major. You're never going to get a place.
Also, to fly to America from South Africa is like
It's
crazy.
impossible.
Yeah.
So you're really scratching around here now. Like even the, I think there's like a couple of tiers of marathons. Like you've got the big majors, obviously, like New York, Boston, all those, which are impossible to get into. You're never going to last minute. Then you've got like the next tier, which is like Amsterdam, Barcelona.
Yeah.
But now because they're so popular, they're selling out super quickly.
Yeah.
So to get like a last minute marathon spot,
hard.
it's hard. So you've just like
Across the globe, yeah.
and then you also a lot of people who flew internationally to Cape Town to do that.
Yeah.
You spent all this money and then you don't get to run a marathon.
yeah.
Oh, I'd be.
And then Sunlam actually are giving them the tickets for the next 2 years.
Yeah.
So they can fly all the way back and do it again.
Just like, I just don't know if I could go through that.
I must be honest, I noticed how many running influencers I follow on Instagram
Yeah.
in that moment.
Yeah.
Because it was chaos. Like every single running influencer had posted about it.
Yeah. I mean,
Cancelled
yeah.
marathon.
To be fair, actually Cape Town weren't like Sydney this year. There was a lot of runfluencers.
Yeah.
Berlin there was a lot, but I didn't see-
Chicago, there was a decent amount.
Chicago there was a lot as well.
The runner athletes.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just runner. They just send everyone.
They're
Fair
crazy,
enough.
but it's such a cool brand.
Yeah,
I mean, what they do. Are
they've
you a runner
smashed it.
athlete?
Nah.
Okay.
I'd love to be.
Yeah.
Because they do some unbelievable gigs. Every time.
But surely you like make the.
No, well, the thing is, so runner's based on AI, right? And so the algorithm and the programming gets better the more people who do it. But there's just no one at my pace who's done it.
Oh, wow. What that uses runner?
Yeah.
Wow.
So no, like under
Athletes.
230
Right.
sub-elite guys use runner.
So do they look at you and say you're not the perfect audience?
Yeah, not even the perfect audience. I just can't use runner.
It's not built for you.
It's not built for like I've
Right.
tried it before.
You're too fast.
Yeah,
For runner.
because there's just not enough data. Like there's just
Okay.
no like. So I've done some of their. Or I've entered my details before and like seen what they provide.
Okay.
And they just don't do the enough volume, or the
That's
sessions are a
interesting.
bit weird, and it just doesn't really work.
Wow.
And I've talked because I know them really well. I know the guys who run it, and they've always wanted to try and do something, but the return on investment for them to build a whole new algorithm
person.
for like
A few people.
couple of hundred people.
Yeah.
It's just like it's not worth it for them.
interesting, eh?
I'd love to get on board runner, but alas, they
Wow.
yeah.
Okay, so we digress there a bit. So I wanted to tell you a story because I came across you and your profile through a mate who I've had on the podcast.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I haven't released the second episode, but
Yeah.
Chris Brookhausen.
Oh no
Yeah, yeah,
way. Okay. Yeah.
And he was telling me how you were begging him with 3Ks to go to
Yeah.
come in together. No, I'm teasing.
I love Chris.
He's such a nice guy.
He's honestly the most like also like so chilled.
Yeah.
You'd never know what he's achieved.
With his tech startup and stuff, crazy.
Like Strove is
Yeah.
unbelievable, and
Yeah.
then also to like he's mad. Like he is
on the running front.
Yeah, on the running front, just crazy good. Because he doesn't do like, he does mad sessions. I run with him quite a lot on the
Yeah.
weekends. But he doesn't like over the week, doesn't do crazy volume because
Yeah.
he's super busy with the
Strove,
Strove.
yeah.
So like, what he puts down is crazy.
Was it something different to cross the line together like that?
Oh yeah, with
At Hackney Hall?
yeah, with
Yeah,
Hackney.
yeah.
To be fair, that was so funny actually. So I didn't know he was doing it, and then we get to the start line, and I see him I'm like, oh.
Did you know immediately? You're like,
like-
fuck, someone's going to be on my tail.
It's just like, Chris, mate, you just don't turn up. What are you doing here? I think he looked at me as well and thought the same probably. Like
Okay.
we'd had a couple of like down weeks since I think he did London as well.
He did, yeah.
Yeah,
He did
and-
Super Bowl, he came 12th.
Yeah.
I can't recall.
I
you-
did not do well.
Oh, right.
It was a bad day.
Okay.
I got to halfway and knew my day was ended.
Okay.
So I did a 1:08 first half.
Yeah.
And a 1:30 second half.
Okay.
I walked a lot of it. It was
Wow.
It was tough.
Okay.
And then I think it was like 2 weeks after was Hackney.
Yeah.
Both had like kind of a bit, not an off season, which is like
yeah.
lower volume. I had really bad shin splints. And so I got to the start line, and Hackney's, because it doesn't actually count as a race in
Okay.
terms of like UK rankings and stuff.
Right.
It's not a UK affiliated race. So you don't get like top tier guys. It's just a nice environment. It's a great vibe.
Yeah.
You know, it's great for like beginner
Yeah.
athletes who've never really run before.
It's fully booked next year.
Yeah. Oh, it
Crazy.
sells out. It's a great vibe. It's a good weekend. But yeah, there's not like top tier.
Hmm.
And I mean, you know, we ran a 1:06, which is good, obviously, but not elite.
Not crazy.
But yeah, for about 20 kilometers, Chris just like sat on my shoulder. I'm not. You watch every single photo, every video, and he admits it.
No, he
admits
told
it at
me,
the
yeah,
end,
yeah, yeah.
and he was just on my shoulder the whole time, and I was
Yeah.
just like, Chris, can you just please, just like step back, like give me some, just please, how do I drop this guy? Because we started maybe with like 10 people.
Yeah.
Then it quickly dropped to 5. Then it was like 4, 3.
Is it just like having him behind you? That's like,
And also I know he's a lot quicker over
a short distance.
A short distance. And so we get to 1K out. I remember looking at him and he's like just come up next to me now. So he's obviously thinking of like making a move.
Yeah.
And I just look at him and I'm like, it's yours, man. I don't have it. I don't have it in me.
But that's the type of guy that he is to not like crunch you at the end.
Yeah. And then he looked at me and he was like, oh yeah, I'm not really feeling it. And I'm like, you can have it. I'm not gonna like. I know you can drop a 250 last K. I can't do that
because you've been doing all the work.
I'm doing all the work, yeah. And so I just like looked at him. I was like, you know what, have it. And then he was like, started going, and then he just kind of like peeled back a bit. And he was like, I don't have it. And so we just like crossed the line together. It was nice.
Yeah,
also,
that's cool.
We'd done a lot of training together that block. So like we'd put in some serious shifts.
I have so many questions for you on the London Marathon because I'm doing it next year.
Yeah.
Got a charity entry.
Nice.
Thank
okay.
goodness.
Yeah.
Been on the bucket list.
Yeah.
But before we do that, let's go back a bit. I want to know, like, take us back. You said in one post that you only started running in COVID.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how you got into it.
Yeah. So I, after uni, did like a grad scheme at BT, kind of the classic trajectory after uni, and like work culture. It's really interesting. Like work culture in London pre-COVID was so different.
Yeah.
Like we were in the office 5 days a week. That was just standard. Boozing like 2-3 nights a week, like heavy. And COVID kind of came at the best time. Like I was in the dumps. This grad scheme I was on, I don't know, I drew on a short straw and I spent 3 days a week in Nottingham working. I was like kind of subcontracted to Boots, the retailer.
Right.
And their head office was there. So I was living in an Ibis hotel for 3 nights a week, just like
auditing vibes.
Yeah, it was. We were doing that tech infrastructure.
Okay.
And like all the Boots retail stores, like Wi-Fi, all that kind of like infrastructure, how self-checkout works.
Right.
Not the most interesting, like cloud technology. It wasn't, it did not.
Fully Boots.
Yeah, it did not, but it ticked a box in the CV corporate ladder that I thought I wanted to build.
Yeah.
And I just got into such bad habits. Like I was very like fit at uni and never ran, but I boxed at uni.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And really enjoyed that. But then I left uni, did this grad scheme, and I just lost all motivation. I was doing like fitness classes and stuff, but I wasn't. And then COVID happens after 2 years of me doing the grad scheme. And it was kind of like a reset.
Yeah.
And I was living at home with my mum, and just to get, were you in London at the time?
No.
So we had this rule. It was like, I don't know how strict it was actually, but it was like you were only allowed to leave the house for 1 hour a day.
Okay.
So I'd be like, okay, how do I exercise? I don't want to do burpees in my room. I'll try running. Like I always thought I hated running, but I was like, I'll try it. And then basically for the whole period of COVID, I basically just did loads of easy mileage.
Okay.
No, I never did any race, or there were no races.
Well, it's crazy that you don't really have a running background.
Yeah, and this was 5 years ago now. So I just started doing loads of mileage. I didn't know, honestly, I didn't know anything about running.
No watch, no.
Yeah, I used Strava. I just carried my phone and used Strava on that, and just thought, well,
this is nice.
Give it a go. Yeah, this is fun. I enjoyed it. Signed up to my first marathon in 2021 in September,
right?
Which was Brighton.
Okay.
And I honestly thought, I was like, everyone says you should do a marathon if you're into running.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
That's the road.
Cool. I'll tick a box. And like, I knew sub 3 was a thing. So I was like, it'd be cool if I got near that, but I don't really know. Like, I don't know how. I could probably look now, like what my running plan was like after that. I did a lot of volume. So probably was doing 100K weeks or something.
Okay.
But I wasn't doing like intervals.
So that's a lot.
Yeah. I wasn't
doing just dive in.
And then I did 303 at Brighton.
Wow.
And the course that year was 600 meters long.
Longer,
yeah.
Right.
So like it was actually 42.8K.
Okay.
And they like put a public apology out and stuff. But I thought it was funny. But my mate at the time was working for Tag Heuer.
Okay.
Which was the main sponsor of London.
Right.
And it was like 2 weeks after Brighton. I'd just done Brighton.
And he got you in.
And he was like, oh, I've just got a place like free because someone's pulled out. Do you want it? And he was like, you're the only person I know who has done a marathon recently and probably can do another one.
Yeah.
So I was like, sure. And I got 2:55.
Sick.
And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, oh, you just qualified for Boston. You should go and do that. And I was like, okay, I guess I'll go and do this Boston
Were you
thing.
working at all now?
Yeah. So I was still at BT.
Working,
yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
Still,
but your running just started to happen on the side.
Just started to do running. But I was I did like a chief of staff role for the CEO of BT.
Yeah.
Which was like super intense. I was working really long hours, kind of doing all this running.
So you were in the ladder, but your running was sort of happening on the side.
Yeah, and like I didn't really take it very seriously.
Was your social media happening at the time?
Oh no, I started social media in February.
Wow. No,
Yeah.
from scratch? Or
Yeah.
just from taking it from just being a personal page that you just kind of posted on sometime
Yeah.
to,
So
to the next level.
Yeah. So then I did between like 2022 and 24, I kind of got all the way down to 224.
Yeah.
And then I did last summer,
Right.
I did Berlin. Well, I was training for Berlin, got a stress fracture in my sacrum, and I was like, oh, that's annoying.
Yeah.
And so I had a 4-week block to Berlin from like August to September.
Right.
And then I dropped to 219.
Is that when you got the 290?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I remember finishing that being like, that was
Crazy.
like wild. I have no idea how that happened. And then I was like, oh, maybe, I do some interesting things. Maybe I'll just start doing some social media. And I didn't really do anything. I just like put pictures of me running up.
Yeah, yeah. But that's the thing when you're running at those sort of paces and like
Yeah.
you're doing like things that ordinary people can't do, then you've got that edge.
Yeah, and it did not grow. Did not grow. So I was like, oh, this is fine. And then so I did Berlin in September. Then I did New York 4 weeks later.
Yeah.
And I came 37th
Right.
in New York Marathon, which was super cool. I did a 2:21.
Nice.
Then I did Valencia 4 weeks later, and I did a 2:20.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, so I've done this like 3 back-to-backs in like 3 months, which did crazy. I did crazy numbers, and I was like, that's unbelievable. So I decided, I was like, okay, I'm going to try and do like 2:15. It's not the jump.
Yeah.
But anyway, I thought, oh, why not
Let's
give it a
do
go?
it. Yeah, yeah.
Let's do it. So I used all my annual leave, and I was like, I'm going to go to Kenya.
Oh, so this was the Kenya
This is
trip.
the Kenya trip, yeah, in February. And I was working at a company called DAZN, which is like a sports streamer.
Okay.
And I went to my manager. I was like, hey, I want to, take a month off.
Right.
And he was like, do you really want to do that? And I was like, yeah, I do. And he was like, are you sure?
Why? Because were they going to take you back after that?
Yeah, no, so it was just an annual leave kind of
Wow,
sitch.
wow,
So
wow.
they were like, he was like, after you use all your annual leave, you've got a whole like 9 months
see
of
what you mean. Yeah,
no
yeah.
annual leave.
Yeah, yeah,
And he was like, are you sure you want to do that? And I had 1.5K on Instagram. Like I had no following.
Wow.
So it was like, it wasn't like I knew this was going to be my path.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I went to Kenya. I stayed with, I shared a room with a guy called Gabriel Smith,
Okay.
who is another influencer.
Right.
And he was like, mate, just start actually putting reels up and start like trying to like
Get
show
some
what
audience.
Kenya's like and do all that. And so when I was out there, another guy called Ben is running was out there.
Well, yeah, I saw his stuff. I saw your stuff today.
Yeah. And so like they sort of gave me some advice and were like, oh, this is what you should do. And I was out there for a month. I didn't love it, but the ability to just like, because there was nothing else to do,
You got to work on that.
I focused
aspect.
on trying to make my content better. And it didn't, to be honest, like I left Kenya with maybe 6,000 followers.
Oh, so it did in a month.
Yeah.
So you did sort of manage to get it to
Something,
another level.
yeah.
Kickstart
It was
something. Yeah,
something was rolling. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was good. And then got back. Then I had like a month until London. So again, just carried on kind of the content stuff. And then did London, which was kind of the spark because it went so badly.
Okay.
Because there's this really, it went pretty viral. I think it got like 5 million views.
Oh, is that when you fell over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I basically passed out on the finish line.
So you ended it halfway in your head, but you actually crossed the line.
Yeah,
And literally physically fell over.
Yeah. So it was so weird. It was a hot day. It was a hot day.
24 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was pretty bad.
But it is hot in the fact that you've just trained for 3 months in winter or whatever.
yeah. And I got to halfway, and I knew at halfway that I'd gone out too hot. I just couldn't maintain
So
the pace.
why do you think it was like nutrition or just too hot? Or
I think a number of reasons. This is really stupid. Basically, I had a really, really bad shin splint. Like crazy. I think I probably had a stress fracture in my shin, but I'd put all the work in. I'd gone to Kenya. I was like, fine. So I took painkillers.
That's the worst.
I mean, that's dangerous as well.
Yeah.
It's just super dangerous.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'm gonna do this. And I didn't really understand how bad taking painkillers was at the time until doctors told me afterwards I shouldn't have done that, which is good to know. So I got to 21K and I started feeling like, oh, this is getting really tough. And I looked at my heart rate and it was really high.
Right.
And I was like, I must be going at a good pace, but my pace
Was low.
was falling and like getting slower and slower.
What is a high heart rate for you?
It was like 175s, touching 180s,
Okay,
and at that point you're toast.
You're burning.
And then at 28K, I lost hearing, which is basically like a blood pressure issue.
Yeah.
And so it got to about 30, and I was running at like 340s, and my marathon pace is meant to be like, at that point, it was meant to be 315s to 320.
Yeah.
I was like, day's over, and then I had to start walking.
Well, that's interesting that you didn't, like, because you started walking and slowing down, you still crossed the finish line, like, literally.
Yeah, I was completely taxed. And then loads of my friends would pass me, and, like, a couple of them, like, went, oh, hey, Hugo. And they were looking at me like, oh, no. Okay, let's head down. Other people, like, ran past me, and then afterwards were like, yeah, I saw you. And I was like, I'm not going to. I knew it was a bad
Could
day.
see the pain,
Some people were, like, who ran past me who didn't know me were like, come on. And I was like, I've got nothing left here.
Yeah.
And I should have probably DNF'd. I was in a real bad way, but
Yeah, that's what's,
I just kept thinking, like, 1 million people apply each year. The least I can do is get a medal.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if
It was a nice medal.
if you run a 3-hour marathon, if you run a 4-hour marathon, if you run
it
a
doesn't
5-hour,
matter,
it
yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
matter. Like
Yeah.
at that point, I wasn't PBing anyway, so just get the medal.
Yeah.
So I just kind of like shuffled, walked, and what was good about kind of finishing in the way I did, in terms of like, I had the last 10K, which I was basically walking. It took me an hour and something.
Yeah.
I had a lot of time to like reflect, and like I just by the time I finished, I accepted it. It wasn't. I know a lot of people get super down when they don't hit their goals.
Yeah.
They have a bad
But
race.
That's fine.
And that's completely fair. But I'd had time to process that it just wasn't my day.
Yeah.
So
I think for you, you'd taken the annual leave for a month, gone to
Yeah.
Kenya, come to London, and then just smack the wall.
yeah, it was so tough. And then, like the week after, my manager was like, "What are you gonna do?" And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, to be honest.
Yeah.
And over the summer is when my page like really started to grow. To be honest,
yeah.
I did Hackney. Winning Hackney really helped.
Yeah.
Then I did 100 miler between Philadelphia. I ran between
saw that,
Philadelphia.
160 Ks. Yeah.
100 between Philadelphia and New York.
What was that all about?
Basically, it was an activation through work.
Okay.
So that we were doing the Club World Cup at the time, and it was in America, and we were like, "What weird
What
thing
can
we
we
can
do?"
make this guy do?" So, a couple of their social media team knew I had a page, so they're like, "Okay, let's see if we can get this through."
Because that's another like hectic
Yeah.
feat. But your long distance seems to be super good. Like your
Yeah.
ability to, and then recover. We'll get on to Jordan because that
Yeah.
was super impressive.
So I did the 100 miler, and again, that really helped with growth.
Yeah.
But like, nothing is like blowing the like. I've never gained like 10,000
No, but I would say you pretty
at a
good,
time.
like-
But each kind of thing I've done, it's just kind of gained more momentum. And then I decided in July, I was like, I've started to make some money now, got some sponsorships. Maybe I really wasn't enjoying my job anymore.
Yeah.
And I thought, I've had a corporate career for 8 years and just never found fulfillment in it. And I'm really enjoying doing something a bit more creative. Like I haven't done anything creative even before uni.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of lose
No,
that.
I've been in it, yeah.
Yeah,
The rat race.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And you're just spending your life on Excel and emails and pushing virtual paper.
Please don't say that.
Yeah, well, it depends. Like,
No, I'm in the basement, underground floor. It's the UV lights. It's the emails. I'm losing the will to live.
and I look at people commuting, and I just
Yeah.
don't see any joy. And what I got joy out of was running and really enjoying just like trying to think of new content ideas and being a bit different.
Yeah.
And I was really enjoying it. But like 3/4 of my day was taken up by doing something I really
Yeah.
didn't enjoy. So I was just like, I'm taking the biggest haircut you could possibly imagine in terms of wage.
Yeah.
But if I don't do it now, when I'm going to regret it.
Well, 100%. And I've had this discussion with other social media influencers because I'm in a position now, I'm going to use myself as an example. 32, like far down the corporate ladder, it would be like, it's non-comprehensible to make a change like that because obviously I have like rent and a partner and we've just got engaged and like all those type of things. So you have to think about the finances of, you know, it's a lot harder. So I'll tell you right now, it's a lot harder down the line. To make that sort of jump, despite it still being like some form of a dream. But I wanted to know like how, you know, it doesn't make sense.
I've always thought the only way most people are ever going to make it do the jump is because it has to get so bad. You have to have, like, I know so many people who want to change stuff, diet starts Monday. They want to start on Monday, and they never do because things are just they're good enough that it's not
comfortable.
It's comfortable enough that you. And I just got to a point in my job where it was just not. It was a perfectly fine job, you know, and lots of people
came
would
at
have
the right time. Both of your things.
Yeah,
together.
a lot of people would have been happy with it, but I just couldn't do it anymore, and I just really struggled because also I knew I had this opportunity, and since quitting, I quit in September. I quit on the Friday before Berlin Marathon.
You mean last month?
Yeah, literally like 3 weeks ago.
I've been seeing the unemployment reels actually.
Yeah, and you know it's so funny because to be honest, I do think right now it's really interesting. So I'm really fascinated by social media just because I'm really new into it.
Yeah.
I think it's a really interesting ecosystem and how you make money from it. And I think what people who are engaging with content now are really tired of influencers getting all the invites, getting it, and you know it's a business. Like that's how it works. Brands want to give money to influencers because that's the new
reach.
TV advertising. All that is dead. You know, you can pay. You could spend 10 grand on a billboard or 2 grand on an influencer.
100%.
What's gonna get you more money? But I think people online, people watching and engaging with content they're getting very tired of people forcing things down their throats, being not authentic and not really raw or organic. And like what I definitely try and do is just call myself out on it. I understand my life is like I'm having the best time of my life, and lots of people online are try and portray their life as they're going through a struggle, and you might be, but I'm sitting here watching it going, well, I'm living your life pretty much as well, and actually the struggle is not, your struggle is not real. You know, lots of people have actual problems in life. Like,
well, I wanted to ask, like, is the grass greener on the other side? Because a lot of us, we watch social media, we watch you having a good time. Is it a good time? Like, why aren't we all making the jump or putting in the effort to try and make the jump? Like, is it greener on the other side? That's sort of like...
Yeah, I mean, like, it's so green. It's so green. I've never seen it so green. Anyone who says it's not greener is lying. Like I do the unemployment diaries that I do now are taking the piss. Like I do maybe stretch the truth a little bit about what my day is. Like the other day I was like, I woke up at 11. I mean, I don't actually do that, but I think that's what the portrayal of a social media influencer is. So like I kind of play into that. But the invites you get, you know, I'm very new into it, and the audience that I've connected with are really engaged.
So who's your audience?
I think it's a lot of, so it's 50% UK based.
Yeah.
I think about 75% is between 18 and 34. So the biggest portion is 25 to 34.
Oh, really?
The split is 3/4 men, a quarter women.
Yeah.
And yeah, London based.
That's really interesting because I was saying that the younger generation is engaging more on Instagram, I feel. So like the older generation, the 30 to 40, there's no likes and comments. You know, as you go down the age groups, they're always going to like and comment. I feel like that's sort of a demographic thing.
And I think also females are much more engaged in general.
Yeah.
So I'd like to change my ratio a bit. But running is also predominantly a male sport, you know. I think it's really good what they're doing to promote running for females, but it's still very male dominated. So I think I'd love to get a more female audience because I know it's they're far more engaged and they're far more likely to comment and share, and it's a numbers game. You know, I always say engagement is engagement. If someone hates on you, it's still helping you. You know, I think that's what
just
haters.
thank you for the comment.
Yeah, haters forget like that. Actually, you're
helping.
You're helping.
Rage bait,
and that's why like sharing is a huge one as well. Like if people send you, I'm like, if you don't like me, fine. I'd rather someone write a mean comment than just like silently hate.
Yeah,
you know,
like in the
just
back,
in the background, they've watched it, and they hate it, but they don't share it or engage. At least if you hate me, please hate me, but just send it to your mate and say this guy's an arsehole or something. I don't know, like
so
just do something. I think the biggest power move you can do in terms of, because I know the only downside to social media, I'd say, is what I found is the hate or the criticism.
Do you struggle a little bit mentally? But I find with Instagram, because I do all the socials for Dice House Monday for the 2 years, and I've definitely had stages of fatigue and like mental because in my, you know, we've grown nicely for what we've been able to do with, we all have full-time jobs and stuff. Yeah. But we've never had that sort of like what you've experienced over the last 6 months. So every reel that I post, it's like, I'm like watching it out the back of my head, that better, like just go. I'm happy with over 1,000.
Yeah.
Like anything over 1,000, I'm super happy, grateful. I turn off my phone. But I have some that will still like be in the hundreds, and I'm like, you know, stressing about it. And so I've definitely, even especially in the first year, you know, it like broke me down a bit.
Yeah.
And I've had to learn to it's just a side hustle, like, you know, it's okay. Like,
I think it's a real interesting one. I know a lot of creators struggle with that exact thing and being like, oh, the algorithm's going to drop me one day.
Yeah.
For me, I'm just like, it's my job.
Well, now it's your job. Yeah,
sometimes things will bang. Other times it will do terribly. But that is what it is. Like, and you can definitely mitigate things. You know, there's loads of techniques around like making sure the hook's good and like posting it at a certain time. But honestly, if it's a good video, it will just go. And like, if it doesn't work one day, it doesn't work.
But you've got to learn that.
Yeah, and you've got to learn also, people are too precious about what they put out. They're like, oh, this isn't the right video, I won't post it. And I get a lot of people messaging me being like, oh, like, how did you grow? And things like that. And I'm like, I think what's interesting is everyone always wants to be the next X person. I think the best example right now is Mary McCarthy, right?
Yeah.
Every, I think, girl in the kind of Instagram world wants to be the next Mary if you're into running, that kind of stuff, because she is destroying smashing it. Unbelievable, right? Yeah. But if you want to be the next Mary, you're never going to be the next Mary, because Mary's Mary herself. You know, she grew because she didn't go, I want to be the next, I don't know, Anya Culling or, you know,
Philly Bowden.
Yeah, Philly Bowden or like that. You have to be yourself. And I think that's the key. Like, as much as advice is good, if you just put yourself out there and just fully yourself, you're far more likely to grow than if you try and copy someone else's style. Because the reason that style worked is because it was their style. Yeah. And I think too many people try and copy and look, trends are a different kind of topic. But if you're trying to be more of a POV day in the life person who's just portraying a life, you can't be anyone but yourself. Yeah. And I think the other thing is that some people's like send me their profiles and be like, oh, I don't like, could you like,
what's wrong, right?
And I always go, well, why would, okay, so I click on your page. What's the first thing I see in your page? Like, what are you about? So what's the hook to kind of get you onto the page? Yeah. And then why is someone staying? And if you don't have really good answers to that, I think you're always going to struggle because you don't necessarily know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, then why would someone else want to follow you? Because it's such a saturated market now. How do you stand out? And I'm not saying I have all the answers because I've only got 40K. You know, I'm not like I'm not a god, but I definitely am. I've worked out my niche and kind of, I don't think I need many. I'm making a nice living now, you know, and of course you get addicted to the numbers and the growth. Yeah. But I'm very happy with what I have now, and I know I can make a living out of it. Yeah.
So that's a good point that I wanted to bring to the listeners. When you left for the social media, you took a decent haircut off your living expenses, but now you have gotten to a point where you're quite comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I'm comfortable because I don't pay. I live at home. I've moved home, and that's why I made the jump. That's a very big caveat. I probably took a 40 grand pay cut. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, at least, probably more. But I spent enough time saving. That you know, and I was living with my brother until April. And then he got engaged really selfishly, so he wanted to move in with his fiance. Like, how rude!
How dare you?
How dare he? How dare he? And I was like, I could either spend 2K, 2 and a bit K on a single bed,
Yeah.
or I just have to like. My mum's got a 2-bed flat.
Yeah.
I'll
100%.
I'll live with her for a bit. And as much of a regression as that felt in terms of moving back home after 7 years out, you know,
It was 7 years.
yeah, and it felt like a regression, right? And you're living with your mom at 28, and like, you know,
that's
if you've
cool
got,
as well,
if you're seeing anyone, like you're.
Were you?
No, I wasn't, but I am now seeing
Okay.
someone, and she's always like, "Yeah, but you live with your mum," you know, and like she's a 20, like she's somebody who's not. If you're 21, it's
I
chill.
got you, yeah,
but
yeah.
now it's like you wanna.
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
a weird, and I'm like, I need to now, but I've just moved full-time content. Trying to get a rental agreement, a mortgage, anything now because
Yeah.
it's so sporadic with income.
Yeah, so that's interesting. Like, how would you apply for buying a house or a mortgage?
I don't know. I think I need some hard cash, and I'm using all my savings. Like, also the thing is like people often see
Need some hard cash, yeah.
influencers like doing all these events.
Yeah.
But I think the economics of influencing is interesting because I don't know for many, but if I'm going to speak on my behalf, you know, I've only been invited to run one event now. So that's Hackney Half. I got invited to Hackney.
Well, you won.
Yeah, which I won, but they paid for my hotel and
Oh, wow, okay.
paid for my space,
You
right?
have to go all the way there, yeah.
Big move to Hackney, right? Yeah. But all the other things I've ever done with a brand is like Berlin, I've paid for all myself.
Yeah.
I'm now slowly
Getting into the
getting
field.
but I'm getting invites to things. But
Yeah.
they'll pay for you to get there and do it, which is fantastic. 100%. I'm never denying that. But they're not
There's no
paying
profit.
you.
Yeah.
So it's like, as much as it's a great gig and I love doing it, also I need to think of how I'm going to make money from it. You know?
100%.
And Instagram don't pay. It's not like YouTube, you know, and that's definitely why you see a lot of content creators move to YouTube.
Yeah.
Or, you know, I had a TikTok. I don't at the moment because it got hacked.
Oh, yeah,
I
I
lost
saw
my
that.
page.
I saw
It's
that,
like,
yeah.
oh well, that's it. Luckily, I didn't have a huge following on TikTok, but it just shows how vulnerable you are,
Yeah.
and like, you know, and again, it's a first world problem, right?
Yeah.
But if I lost my Instagram page, back to the corporate world.
But at least you can go back to corporate.
Yeah,
So
for
like
sure.
you've got that, I suppose.
I've got a base, and like
Yeah.
you can. I'm sure I could put my CV, built a platform.
But now thinking about your position right now,
Hmm.
where do you want to go? Like, what is the target with the social media and the running?
Yeah, to be honest, I make it up as I go along.
I was going to say, like, what's the 5-year plan? Like,
No, I've
what-
got no idea. I've got a pretty crazy couple of months.
Okay.
Until January.
Yes, you're going to Austin.
Going to Texas.
So I'm
on
also
Friday.
a massive Nick Bear fan.
Oh,
Massive.
I'm an OG. I watched that man on YouTube
Literally since the start.
Since the start. There's a couple of YouTube guys who most people will be like, who are you talking about? But if you ever watch, like, I don't know why, I was never a gym bro or anything
Yeah.
like that, as you could tell. I have no muscle on me. I don't know, I never went to the gym, but I loved, Christian Guzman was the first guy I ever watched on YouTube.
Oh, who's that?
He like CG Fitness. He created this brand called Alphalete.
Okay.
And then there was another guy called Max Tuning.
It's not ringing a bell.
No, they were like, they both had like 500 to a mil on YouTube. Like, they were
Okay.
big guys. And then, yeah, Nick Bear was the other one I watched.
I was OG Nick
OG
Bear.
Nick Bear, where he was doing gym stuff and he was
So
selling,
sick.
yeah, in the army when he was
Yeah,
on,
yeah.
was it in Korea? He originally was, I think,
I don't
on
remember.
the army. And then he started getting into endurance sports.
Yeah.
And that's when I really tuned into him.
But like his whole story and the way he does it is just
Yeah,
so sick.
it's-
I think he's gone quite far now. I'm probably watching him less now.
Yeah.
But still with all the athletes, and I saw Johnny go over there, and I'm just like, I would also love to be a PPN athlete.
I think what's interesting is, and I think that's a really good example. There's like Grace Beverly's like the perfect example of what you'd ideally want to do, which
Yeah.
is you build a massive platform based on yourself.
Yeah.
But I know like this has got a lifespan to it.
Yeah.
100%. I need to create something that doesn't
income bringer.
It doesn't revolve around me being the face of it. You know, I need to create something that has a life of itself outside of just my profile. And obviously my profile would help build that, but then it can run self-sufficiently. Maybe me as a CEO or me as the leader,
Yeah.
but not generating the income.
Could you not be a coach, a running coach?
I just don't find joy in that.
Okay.
And also, again, for me, and I had big corporate aspirations when I was, early in my career, and I still do want to build something really cool, and I
Okay.
still want to,
So
have
you got to
that
find
life.
your product or your
and
service.
I've got to find my something.
Yeah.
But I just looked at running coaching, for example, and I just didn't see what's the end goal.
Yeah.
Someone like Tommy Trees.
Yeah.
Has done it amazingly because he's got other coaches now and he's got a whole coaching
And Nick
business.
Bester. Have you seen Nick
exactly?
Bester?
Yeah. And so like those guys have built something, but it's very saturated now.
Yeah.
How do you?
Every influencer is a coach. Yeah.
Yeah, and I disagree with that as well.
Yeah.
I wouldn't listen to me.
Right.
So, the only reason people would listen to me is because I've got a platform.
Yeah.
So I think that's never going to be me. And if you want to build that, like I think and you can make a lot of money very quickly from coaching.
Yeah.
But I think my route will be building something different, probably maybe a consultancy, social media, something like that, around like building. How do you build brand and like how do you tell a personal story within a brand? I think that's something really interesting. But I personally I know I've got time is ticking because also every influencer has a life cycle. You see it, people who had 100,000, 200,000 followers 6 years ago, you look at their engagement now, it's just not the same because it's how do you maintain the buzz around your life? And
But they also probably don't need it as much as they did then because they've built this other side.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the goal is really to find something I can create. But the issue is that at the moment, like now I don't have a job. A lot of people are going, oh, he doesn't have a job, so I can invite him to certain things. I've got so many events coming up, and it's very hard the last like 3 weeks since I've been unemployed, I was like, I have so much free time to sort my life out and kind of think about what I want to do. I've
full pace.
It's more intense than maybe when I had a job because I knew between my 9 to
there
5,
was structure.
I couldn't
do anything,
and I couldn't be on my phone and I did at the end I wasn't necessarily the best employee. Put my hands up. I don't think I was giving the company full value, but because I was doing a bit of content on the side, but I definitely wasn't doing as much as I had. Now I have 100% of the time to do it, and I think it's a cycle that I've left my full-time job now, so I'm 100% focused on content, which means I get invited to more things.
Yeah. Did you get invited to Texas?
No. So I got that way before I was even doing really influencing. So I just applied in the lottery.
Is Nick going to be running?
I don't think he's running it, no.
Okay. But he will be there.
Yeah, he'll be there. It'll be cool to meet him.
Yeah.
I'll try not to fangirl, but I think that might be a video.
I would literally be
Me on the floor, being like, bowing to him.
I saw your DM.
Yeah.
That was
so funny.
I laughed.
He saw it as well. I was like, oh.
Peace.
Peace.
I love that.
After a couple too many sherries, I think. And it's...
But could you really win the race? Because then that'll make a name.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone doing it who's particularly... I've done 50 miles before in like 5.5 hours, which is 4-minute Ks.
Yeah.
If someone does that quicker...
Then kudos.
Fair enough, you're an absolute jet. Like,
Well, talk to me about Jordan, because that was crazy, because obviously you've been doing a lot of road running. You just fly to a desert, do a trail run 5 days and win it.
Yeah, so I did Berlin on the Sunday and then flew to Jordan on the Thursday. And I'd seen the run. It's an Ultra X event. I'd seen it for the last 5 years and been like...
on the bucket list.
I want to do that. That's like... But those things cost so much money.
And you obviously funded that.
Yeah, no. So I basically... I know their race director really well. And he was looking for an MC to do a couple of their events.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, look, I'll help out. I'd love to do some MCing. I know usually MCs cost X amount. What about if instead of...
Straight trade.
And he was like, that works really well for us because it means that I guess they already have a certain number of places. And if it's not full, it's not really a cost. They're not paying me. Whereas if I was actually being paid for an MC. So he was like, yeah, let's do it. So I went and did a couple of their events where I kind of did the MCing.
Was it quite easy, the MCing?
Yeah, I mean, it was more... It was in the Peak District and stuff. It was kind of bleak. In terms of it's cold, miserable, raining the whole time. It was unenjoyable in that sense. But it wasn't a hard gig.
It wasn't like a pressured, high pressure.
No. It was on the weekend and it was a fun event, and the guys are really nice who run it. So I was like,
Did you ruin any of their days by just rocking up and winning it? Like the top 3 who might have gone there thinking they were going to win it.
and Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then I was like, okay, so let's go to Jordan. And I was so underprepared. I just didn't think about it before Berlin. I'd only got the place 3 weeks before Berlin. So I had about less than a month to prepare for Jordan. And I didn't really understand the concept of like sleeping in the desert, the food. There was no showers. There was no food provided. It was all had to be freeze-dried food, bedding, everything, all the kit I would need. Like I haven't run in a running vest since COVID. You know, I didn't even know what to do. Like, or shoes. Like, I'd never worn trail shoes in my life.
Well, that's why I found it so impressive.
Yeah.
Because it was like your first trail run ever.
So I get there and like everyone's got so much kit and they've got all this like pro stuff. And I'm there and I'm like, the owner of Ultra X comes up to me and he looks at my roll mat and he goes, "Is that your roll mat?" And I bought it at Sports Direct for $3.99. It was honestly, I can't describe how bad the foam was. It was terrible. And he looked at me and he's like, "Is that it?" And I was like, "Yeah, what do you mean?" He's like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Aren't we sleeping on sand? Sand's quite soft." And he was like,
It's like
"It's quite pebbly. It's quite rocky." And I was like, "Oh God!" First night I get there, like I was sleeping under a rock,
Terrible.
like right under my like hip,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was like, "This, I don't know why
Did
I've
you
done
get
this."
some sleep?
It's about 3 hours
Okay,
a
nice.
night, 3 to 5 hours a night every night, and then so the guy there's a guy. It's run for 9 years, Jordan,
Right.
and this was the 9th year, and the person one guy had won it 8 years in a row called Salome
Oh, wow.
from Jordan. He'd won it every year. So they were like,
Wow.
"Let's bring you out and see if you can challenge him." And they'd also brought another guy out from Rwanda
Okay.
who was a 2:22 marathon runner
right.
who was trying to get into the ultra space.
Okay.
And he was big into triathlon as well. And so me and him were kind of brought out to challenge Salome. First day, Faisal, the Rwandan, just like, I don't know, lost his head or something. I don't know. He just sets off at the maddest pace. We dropped. It's a 40K day. The first day.
Yeah.
And the first half is pretty much downhill.
Okay.
And it's on pretty compact sand. So
Sand,
it's kind of a false sense of security. Like, actually, this isn't bad.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I can do this. And we did a 1:20 half
Right.
marathon.
Yeah.
So like 3:45, I think it was.
Still blitzing.
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
And then the next half is all uphill on like duney sand.
Oh.
And that's when we both looked at each other and went, we've made a mistake. And for the rest of the week, everyone says it was a beautiful, beautiful race, you know, beautiful terrain, everything. I didn't see any of that.
Well, you quite locked in.
Head down, 2 feet in front of me, didn't see anything. I didn't look around. I was just like, because he was always on my shoulder, always on my shoulder the whole time.
Wow.
Day
It's like
one,
Chris on your shoulder.
yeah, day one I won by 2 minutes 40 seconds. Day 2 he beat me by 3 seconds. Day 3, which was like the long day, which was 60K, that was when I put like a time
bit of
gap.
distance,
It was like
yeah.
12 minutes.
Okay.
But then the next day I got 3 minutes more, and then the final day I got a couple more minutes more. But
that's quite sick that you would dived into the competition of it. Like you
Yeah.
weren't interested about you'd been eyeing out that competition for a while, but
Yeah.
it wasn't to win it was just to experience the desert.
exactly, and just it looked like an amazing event. And to be honest, I'd have preferred if I didn't have to kill myself, because every day I'd finish and I'd be like, Jesus, like this was hard, and it was like oppressively hot. The people I thought were more impressive than me were the people who walked it.
Yeah, because they had to stay in the heat.
So on the 60K day, the slowest person took 16 hours,
Wow.
which was only 45 minutes slower than I did the whole thing in.
Yeah, if you think about it like that. Yeah,
And
yeah.
you think they're in that heat. It was like day one was 40 degrees, and then it got slowly cooler.
40's high.
But 40 in that heat, it was just crazy. And
But
so
to be running at your pace at that temperature, and your ability to just do that is kind of crazy.
yeah, and to be fair, like I got the hydration and like fueling pretty good. To be honest, that's the first.
It makes
time.
a massive difference.
Massive difference.
Yeah.
And it was a very intense week.
Yeah, we did the full Ironman now in Italy.
Okay, yeah,
It also was 38 degrees, and we were out there. I was out there for 11 hours.
that's still pretty good though.
Long day. Yeah, I was very happy with my
Yeah.
result. Very, very happy. But on long highways on the bike for 6 hours
Was it pretty flat or?
Super flat.
Nice,
So it was
okay.
like a 700 elevation across the 6 hours. So super, super flat.
Yeah.
But just endless highways. And you know when it's hot and it's burning off the tar and it's like
See
hazy?
it. Yeah. I did T100.
I did it as well. I
Yeah.
saw you out there.
It was that was a hot day as well.
That was a hot day.
Yeah, that was a mad day. I kind of got a last minute place.
Well, I
really
saw you for a
luckily.
second because you ran past all of us like a gazelle.
Yeah, the run section was fun, but
Yeah.
again, like hot. And that swim was grim as well.
So I'm a swimmer. So I love the swim.
Yeah, yeah.
The swim's my favorite part of the
Terrifying,
race.
terrifying.
Unfortunately, it's so short.
Yeah.
But I love it, yeah.
But getting kicked in the face, like what? You're just so disorientated. You're like, what is going on? You lose a goggle. You're like, where did that? Also, it's so murky. You can't see anything. So all you see is just a bang. It's like a foot coming in front of you, and you're like, oh no, not again.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
so, like I was like, I don't know how I didn't get ill. That water was not. It tasted
That
like
water
petrol.
was grim, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And you get on the bike and you're wet and cold.
Yeah.
And I really struggle. I think because I've built such a base aerobically running.
Yeah.
But leg muscles are so different in cycling.
It's completely, yeah.
It's completely different. So I really struggle to get my heart rate really high because my legs just give out before
you
my
can-
heart can
right,
really
right.
pump. So like my heart rate on the bike wasn't bad at all, but I was like my legs were toast. And also my TT, I'd never used TT bars before, so I bought some off Amazon,
Oh, wow.
just like fasten them on. And
I also bought Amazon.
yeah, 10K in one of the pads. I hadn't secured it properly; it just slipped off.
Oh, wow.
So I was wearing, one arm was up here and one arm was down there.
That's classic.
And like, I was just like, I had the worst bruising all up because it
Oh,
was like
really?
jolting and like smacking my elbow. And I was like,
and it's not the best roads.
no.
Yeah.
And it's not a fun course. I mean, none of the courses.
Well, I kind of like the cycle that you cycle to Big Ben and back and
Yeah.
it's open roads, but
Yeah.
like the road wasn't like the best.
Also, I thought it was like, oh, maybe it was like 2 loops. And it's
Yeah.
not 2 loops. I thought it was like I thought it was like 40K and it wasn't. And I was like, got to the 3rd loop and I was like, oh. Also, I'm not gonna lie, everyone's drafting.
Yeah.
You know, like it's complete lies. After on the 3rd course, it's impossible not to draft. Like I didn't see anyone get a yellow or anything. Like
In the first lap, it was quite empty.
Yeah.
But then as soon as the Olympic guys joined, then no.
also, like
possible.
first lap, like maybe 33 k's an hour
Yeah, yeah.
max.
That's still pretty blitzy.
Next to 38s. Yeah, I averaged 35.5.
That's. I mean, I averaged 32.
It was quick. Yeah,
That's quick.
And then so yeah, I did like I can't remember what my time was. It was like four something.
That's beast.
Yeah.
I made the mistake. I thought it was 4 laps the run, so I came running down the finish line, and I went to the guy. I was like, "This says 15 Ks." He's like, "Yeah, your name hasn't come through the system."
Oh, did you have to go back out?
I had to run back up the finish line. Because also I'd pumped the last lap. So like I'd put all the effort in. I got to run. I ran up. I could hear the crowd going, "He's got to go back."
I thought the same as well though because I can't remember. I didn't really look at the course either. I thought
You never look at the emails.
Yeah,
Yeah.
5 laps seems like the course loop looked really long.
Sure. Yeah. No, I thought it was easy, like 4 or 5 Ks a
Yeah.
lap. Yeah.
So and then I looked at my watch and I was like, oh, it's never that short. It's
Yeah.
never that wrong. So I
Yeah.
have to do another one. And I was like, oh,
So I made the mistake at Dorney Lake Triathlon where I missed the laps again, and I went on kilometers. And
Yeah.
I went slightly over, but then I found out the whole race did slightly under. So I was playing that game in my head again.
yeah.
But I should have 3Ks is a long way under.
3Ks is a long way, and
a whole
especially on
different
that
race,
course.
yeah.
Yeah. But and then I finished, and I knew like I'd done all right. I was like, honestly, surviving the swim, I thought it will be like
As a non-swimmer, like I totally get it.
yeah, and like a non-swimmer. But I got out of the water. I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. I
Yeah.
looked at my watch. I was like, wrong. That can't be right. It was 140 per 100 meters.
Oh no, that's decent.
Which would, well, yeah, exactly. And like, honestly, all my training swims are like 150s.
Yeah.
Like maybe sometimes I dip into the 140s, right? So I looked down, I was like, that ain't right. And it was really long. And I think it was actually kind of a long course on that day. And then I got on the bike and I again looked down at my watch when I finished and went, seems a bit wrong. But anyway, and then I got on the run and I did it. And I was
So
like,
you blitzed the whole
I
thing.
was like,
Yeah.
damn, and so I finished and I looked at my results and I was like, Oh, actually, this
Pretty good,
This
yeah.
is pretty good. Like, this wasn't embarrassing. Like, the whole build, like the 2-week build I had for it, I was kind of being like, it's gonna be really embarrassing watching like this marathon runner absolutely like
die,
yeah.
So
And
are you doing the full Ironman anytime soon?
no, so I qualified for T100 World Champs.
No way.
Yeah, I
Wow.
age group qualified.
That's great.
Yeah, and they were like, "Do you want to do it?" And I was like,
When is it?
"It's in December, so I'm doing it in
Wow,
Qatar."
Are you doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Have I trained for it? Not at all. Not done anything.
Oh my God, that's sick.
Yeah, so it's quite soon. I'm kind of really worried about it actually. So
Where are you swimming?
I just swim in a Virgin Active.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
okay,
And
yeah.
then the courses. Actually, the bike and run will be fine. Like
Yeah.
it's really flat, so that's
Yeah.
fine. I'll get through it. The run, it'll be hot, but again,
But you've just done Jordan.
yeah. I mean, it'll be like 30 degrees, but it won't be like
yeah.
awful. But the swim is what I'm really scared about because it's not wetsuit,
It's not wetsuit.
Yeah.
That's a huge change.
which is a huge like a real change. And I swim with a pool boy.
Yeah, the wetsuit plays a major part
Mm.
because not only do you like sink a little bit,
Yeah.
it also then you have to use a lot more of your legs. But like, it's not too, you'll be wearing a tri suit.
Yeah. It's you know what? It's criminal. They make you pay for a GB tri-suit.
Are you wearing GB
You
colors?
have to. You have to wear. So if you qualify and you enter, you have to buy your nation's
Wow.
tri-suit.
That's going to be great footage.
Criminal. It costs like 500 quid.
500.
Yeah.
Wow.
It was mad.
It
I
better
looked
be
at it.
premium.
They better be.
I bought one for 100 quid the other day.
And it's like, but
Top of the range.
What are you doing? Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's such a barrier. And then also the entry is like another 500 quid.
Oh, they don't cover that.
I'm trying to negotiate with them right now. being
Okay,
like,
okay.
I put mid-tier content out. Please help me. But again, I'm not a triathlete, so why would they help me? And then you've got
That's so
flights
crazy.
to Qatar.
Yeah.
You got hotels to Qatar. You got to take my bloody bike to Qatar. And so overall, what am I spent like?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I'm like,
To represent your country.
yeah.
I love that.
I never thought I'd get a GB vest in triathlon, but hey, you know,
I love how that's like come about through the running scene.
Yeah.
You've got a GB.
triathlon.
Triathlon
But it's not even. It's
entry.
gonna be fake GB. It's not real GB. They just make you buy a GB.
You probably had like
tri-suit.
one or two other GB athletes like looking at you on the way to Qatar being like, what are you doing here?
What are you doing here? Yeah, exactly. So, and also, like, I don't think age qualifying means really anything because this is how it was 9 T100s a year,
Yeah.
and so that's 10 people from each age group.
Yeah.
so it's
so
about
it'd be
100 age
Quite a lot
groupers.
of you. Yeah.
It's a busy course.
Yeah.
It's not going to be quiet.
That's sick
Yeah,
though.
it's not going to be me and Alex Yee just like battling
I'm
it
jealous.
out.
So what was your overall time?
I don't know. It's like
So what's the time to get?
I think I got 4 hours something. So yeah, I'd like to do a half. And also
Half Ironman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've got into. I'm doing a lot of work with Precision Fuel now.
Yeah. Great brand. Yeah.
I'm obsessed with them. I love
I had
them.
Andy Donaldson on the podcast.
What? Oh my god!
Yeah.
It was so embarrassing. So I went on. I went to Thursday to their head office
Okay.
to do some sweat testing.
Oh yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
Honestly, the best experience. Those guys they know their stuff.
Yeah.
And they are such good guys.
Sick.
Anyway, I come down to the kitchen. They're all, the
Oh no way, was he there?
He was there, yeah.
Wow.
And he just was so chilled.
Such a good
so
oak.
chilled. And then at the end he hands me his like card and I'm like, I should have been way more polite.
You didn't know who he was at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then Mel, who's like their head scientist who developed the first gel for
Right.
them in Precision Fuel, she was cooking something and everyone was like, what is that? It smells so nice. She'd seen I was coming in on their board and hadn't told anyone. She was like, oh, I really like your
Yeah.
content. I
Yeah.
know you love rice. That's your whole thing.
Yeah.
So she made me rice pudding.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, and they're like their whole philosophy, which I absolutely love, is basically I can't remember what the book's called. They read a book about like unbelievable hospitality,
Okay.
and it's got 5 case studies in it,
Okay.
all based around like the best hospitality experiences you can have in the world, and like how
Nice.
those case studies make you feel special. One of them is like 11 Madison Gardens or 11 Madison Park. It's like a Michelin-star restaurant in New York.
Okay.
And basically, the whole book is all about how do you make customer service
The bit. Like,
the best.
Yeah.
And their whole brand is basically based on going the extra mile for your customers.
Nice.
And they were like telling me examples of what they've done for, people who have like lost bags, going to an event, and they've like flown people out.
Wow.
They were telling me this unbelievable story where you know Lotto, the cycling team, basically they were in a hotel where this person had lost their bag and they were staying, and so Precision Fuel messaged Lotto being like, oh, one of our like athletes or someone who's doing a triathlon has lost their bag and needs some gels. Would you mind giving them some? Wow. So this like team chef goes to this random person who's used Precision Fuel and like knocks on their door and goes, oh, Precision Fuel have sent you all these gels because we hear you lost your bag. Yeah. And so they do all these small things, and they're honestly unbelievable, and they just really go the extra mile. Yeah. And so I've just started working with them a bit, and just it's so cool. But they're also, I think what they do really well compared to, I think right now you've got nutrition brands who are trendy. You know, you've got the like Humantras, Pure Sport, all that kind of like, I guess that's more targeted for non-elite, just the everyday guy. And they're more fun,
the everyday athlete,
stylish, trendy. And then you've got the high-end brands like Morton,
Results,
Sports and Science. And what I think Precision Fuel do nicely is that I honestly think their products are as good as Morton, but they have fun. You know, they've got lots of colors. They do bucket hats. They do just. They're really a good group of guys who like want to do some fun things, and I think that fits with me really well because it's like they take it super seriously. Their scientists are amazing. You know, I got some amazing tests done there, but also they just like doing some really fun things.
Yeah, sick.
They just, you know, definitely.
It's not all serious.
It's not all serious because they know at the end of the day, 99% of people who do events, that's not their paycheck. Have fun with it. And I think that's a lot of people on social media miss the mark on that. It's like, when you do a marathon, I know it's important to you. I know it's important to me as well when I do one, but you're not going to war. Chill out, have a bit of fun. You know, if you have a bad day, you have a bad day.
I love that.
You know, it's, you go to work on Monday, a couple of people ask, how was your marathon? I didn't go well.
Well, that's the thing. You build up to all these events like the Ironman and then it's just gone. The whole thing's gone.
And unless, I always say like, when everyone goes like, oh, I'm doing a marathon, I want to do one. I'm like, why do you want to do one? What's it for? Because I love the training. Like if I don't have to train, if I can't train, I'm injured. Like my head goes, everything
goes. But I'm
goes.
struggling now, and I wanted to ask you because I'm still struggling post the Ironman to like get back into it. Like I love the training, the discipline, getting up in the mornings, but like I'm struggling with like some stomach issues, some muscle issues. And, like, I think I just haven't. But I'm like 5-6 weeks down the line. I'm kind of like, right, move on. I want to get going again.
I think for me, I built it into like my everyday routine like so much that like I can't function without it. So it's just a non-negotiable for me.
100%,
but I also I'm incredibly toxic. I sign up to so many events.
That's the key, is having the next goal.
You have the next thing to keep you going. Not because I don't necessarily want to do the next thing. Like it's not like I always want to, but
immediately you have a block.
It means I just have something, and I'm not suggesting everyone else should, but I love the process. I love training hard. Like I love going out for runs. I love doing long runs, and I think a lot of people sign up to marathons, specifically probably marathons and maybe some Ironmans, but I think doing an Ironman's a different gravy. But I think a lot of people start running because they're like, oh, it'll look good, like, you know, oh, you get a bit of like social media love, and actually like the marathon's been completely devalued as an event. People don't know how hard it is, and what I think has been really good, not in it's a bit of a bad way, but I think what's really good is that the last couple of big marathons
have been tough,
have been hard, and a lot of people have had stinkers. And it's like I think people have realized again,
you can't just rock up.
And even if you've got a time goal, people are like, oh, I'm going to go for a sub 3. Okay, but also you get to the day and it kicks you in the mouth. The 42 kilometers is a reflection on the day itself. And you could be in the best shape of your life. I know at Berlin, I definitely was in PB shape for sure. I trained really hard. I had enough evidence to suggest I could do something really good that day. But it was 25 degrees. Everyone
But I mean,
burnt
that's
out.
not that hot. You were running in 40 degrees now.
But
it's not. It's got to be perfect.
It's got to be like when I was trying to run at 3:18s per k. But in Jordan, I was running at 4:30s, 4:40s. It's a very different beast.
But I was telling people as well that the Ironman race was the hardest part of the Ironman for me was the month before.
Yeah.
The training the month before. Way harder.
Yeah.
Like I was fatigued. I was dead. Every weekend I was doing a half Ironman basically.
Yeah.
In prep.
Oh, no way.
So like it was, and you have work and you
Yeah.
have everything else. So when I got to the day, I was so primed for the day and I nailed my strategy perfectly.
Yeah.
That I just cruised it like I wanted to.
Yeah.
Those 3 weeks before.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's hard because I always kind of know, like I definitely always think, I've got a couple of seconds on the day per kilometer that I can do because of the competition.
Yeah.
But if the conditions just aren't right for that, then I just burn out pretty quick. And like, there's been a couple of like Berlin last year where I got 2:19. I just flew, like that was the best day. But I also felt it was a bit easy. I remember finishing being like, I've built up to like 220, breaking 220 and running is like the greatest achievement you could do as an amateur. And I did it and I went,
Yeah, that was what's next.
that didn't feel that good. And I think also that's the issue is that you constantly, you break 3 in running, right?
There's got to be something
2:45,
next.
then it's 2:30. And I'm so bad. I put my hands, I'm awful at being like, oh my God, I just did something really cool. Like I don't appreciate it.
Yeah.
I go, okay, cool, done. What's next?
Yeah. I mean, I immediately signed up for the Norseman.
Do you get it?
No, it was ballots. I didn't get it.
Yeah. Because I saw a couple of people get
But
that.
like that was like I was like ready for the next thing.
That's mad.
What's bigger? Because that wasn't hard enough.
Yeah.
You know, which is crazy.
That's a mad event as well.
I couldn't. Jumping off that ship would be the coolest moment of my life.
Yeah.
It would be so sick.
The swim is probably the
You see, I'm the swimmer
hardest thing about that as well. Like,
because it's like 0 degrees.
and that's what is it? It's double Ironman, isn't it?
No. It's the same distance.
Oh, it's just
but
in the
it's 0 degree
conditions.
water. It's 3,500 elevation, and then it's 1,200 elevation on the run as well. So it's like just crazy, hilly in the Norwegian mountains. But like you're in the Norwegian mountains, it's like dark and gray. You're on a ferry, like sick.
Nah.
Is that where we cross the line?
I realized doing Jordan, I like suffering. I like to push myself.
Yeah.
But I also like comfort and I like a nice bed to go home to. Day 3, when I was lying on like rocks and just in a really grim sleeping bag, it was the
Well, that's another one day.
Yeah.
So it's not overnight.
Well, it's a long day though.
But so you won't do the I don't never know how to pronounce it. The MDS.
MDS. Oh my God, you'd have to pay me so much money to do that.
Okay.
You have to carry your stuff as well. It is brutal. You're weighing. Luckily here you had a camp, right? You could leave your stuff in the day. You didn't have to carry everything.
Yeah.
Because also, like, I ate a lot of food that week. If you're doing MDS, you're eating out.
You have to pack what you eat.
Yeah. And I don't know how people. I don't know how you do that. I honestly.
I know. I would hate the sandstorm vibe and like.
Oh, the sand as well. Sand is awful. It's like you're sludging and you just like it is. It's so bad. I honestly, I got so aggravated by the sand as well because you get no traction.
Yeah. You can't like get that.
You can't get anything,
push.
and so you just be like going up the sand dunes. I'm just like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I like? No one cares. Why am I trying to run fast as well? Just enjoy it, Hugo.
Yeah.
I kept being like, I can't enjoy it. I just got to hammer down.
That's crazy that you had that.
Yeah, I just had this battle all week with myself, being like, I could just enjoy it, but then Faisal just behind on my shoulder would just be like there, and I'd be like, I can't stop now. And the worst part is he had no nutrition with him on course. He just had a water bottle.
Animal. But he had done it 8 years prior.
He's just no. This was another. This was the Rwandan guy.
Right.
The Jordan guy who'd won it 8 years in a row. Both of us beat him by 3-4 hours.
Oh wow!
Yeah. We dusted.
Did he
him.
come in third?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just us 2 a week, and he just literally this guy had a water bottle. And you just fill it up at each aid station. And I had all my precision fuel hydration gels. I did feel a bit like, I feel a bit like cheating, like being this guy from Rwanda. Like he's proper suffering.
Like how would he operate on the gels?
Yeah, I don't want to know. He would have absolutely dusted me. I think he would have absolutely destroyed me. But
I love all these events and stuff. So just.
I know. I've just got. That's my life now. Hopefully,
it's green.
Living the dream. Yeah,
it's green.
Yeah.
So it's Mental Health Month. Actually, October. So what's your message to sort of our community who are struggling to find their prime self?
I think for me, I don't think I have a single message, but I always think life is far too short to not do the things you really want to do and just take a step back, take a breath, and if you have the opportunity to be a bit silly, have a bit of fun, say yes to things that you might not feel comfortable with, I think it produces the best results. This year in 2025, kind of my goal was to just get out of my comfort zone, start putting myself out there more, and it's the best thing I've ever done. And I think more people, if this is a very privileged take, obviously, because I had the facilities to do it. But if you're in a position similar to me, you're in your mid-20s, which I think is a lot of my audience, if you don't have a huge amount of risk, this is the time of your life to just, if you've wanted to start something, if you wanted to go and do something, an event, just give it a go and just start. I think my biggest message is just start it. If it's a business, if it's putting yourself out there, just start rather than waiting till Monday. There we go. That's the hook. Instead of starting till Monday, just do it. Because if you wait until Monday, you wake up on Monday morning, you're never going to do it.
It's done. Perfect.
Done.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for having me. Appreciate it.
This is for you, although I don't think you're allowed it. But
oh, thank you very much.
for you.
Oh,
That's
appreciate
Brian's fault.
it.
So I don't know how well you sleep,
Oh, perfect.
but the ones for before you go to sleep.
Yeah.